Hello everyone, welcome to this Minecraft video where I'm going to not only solve this Rubik's Cube, I'm going to show you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. This Rubik's Cube was made by Mumbo and he left it as a challenge for people to, solve it. He gave it to us jumbled up and he wanted us to solve it. So that's what I'm going to do. It works pretty well. Everything functions correctly. This button here rotates the face counterclockwise. And this button rotates it clockwise. You have to be a little bit careful to make sure it finishes that unclamping step right there before you press another button. Otherwise, I have broken it a few times by pressing the buttons too quickly. So you just got to be a little bit careful with that. But basically, solving a Rubik's Cube is not actually that difficult. It's not that difficult if you don't care about speed. I can solve a Rubik's Cube using, I think, 6 different algorithms in about 30 to 40 seconds. So this one's going to take a lot longer because it's really slow to turn the sides. But yeah, in real life, you could probably solve a Rubik's Cube in about 30 seconds or so. Using the 6 algorithms I'm going to show you now. So what's an algorithm? I guess, what do we call this? Cubing. An algorithm is basically a short sequence of moves. So for example, if I go here, and then I go here, and then I go here, and then I go back this way, that's one algorithm. And that algorithm actually is a very important one. That one swaps this corner and this corner. We'll be using that quite a lot in this method to solve the cube. But basically, yeah, that's how we're going to do it. We start from the bottom. There's a minecart somewhere. We start from the bottom and we solve this face and all of these sides here. And then we solve this row. And then we solve that row. And then that's how you solve it. So before I get started, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to swap out all of the glass for concrete because, Mumbo said the glass looked cooler, and I agree, but it is a little bit impractical. It's much easier to see the concrete. So let's do that real quick. There we go. And it's all brightly colored. I actually have to disagree with Mumbo. I think this looks way cooler than the glass. I guess it depends if your goal is to see the inner workings or if your goal is to actually solve it. One might be better than the other. So the first step we have to do, as I said, is the bottom row. And the first thing we want to do is get these side pieces, this one, that one, that one, and that one in place. There is algorithms for this, but usually I just do this like brute force. Basically, we want the yellow one here, and we want this side, so red here. So we want yellow, red there, we want yellow and green there, and we want yellow and orange there. And yeah, so normally the way I do this is just brute force it. So I look for the yellow piece, so there's yellow there, and that is the yellow and red one, so that needs to go around here. If we just do this, no, this one, then you can see it's in the right spot, but it's oriented the wrong way, so we got to flip it around to do that. So we flip it around that way, then we flip it around. Nope, it's going to take me a while to get used to which way to flip things, and then we flip this one back that way. Yeah, there we go. So now we have yellow, yellow, red, red. And we do that for all 4 sides, green, blue, and orange, I think. Yeah. So let's do that. There we go, that's done. You can see we've got yellow, yellow, red, red, yellow, yellow, green, green, yellow, yellow, orange, orange, and yellow, yellow, blue, blue. The next step is to get these corner pieces done. So this is where we get into that algorithm that I showed you earlier. Basically, what we want to do is that algorithm I showed you, what it does is it swaps this piece and this piece and changes the orientation of them slightly each time. So basically, what you want to do is you get the piece that you want to go here up there. It doesn't matter what orientation, and then you run that algorithm over and over again until it's in the right spot, in the right orientation. So let's take this side, for example. We want yellow, green, and orange. So we find the yellow, green, and orange one, and oh, it's already in the piece above it. So yellow, green, and orange is already there. We want this piece down here in the right orientation. So we do that algorithm that I just showed you. Let me do it real quick one time with the replay mod so you get a better idea of what we're doing. It's kind of hard to tell when I'm like running around in first person. So let me do that algorithm one time for you. So what do we notice? This piece and this piece have swapped places, and a bunch of others have swapped too, mostly up here, but we don't care about those for now. We're just concentrating on this piece right here. So we need this piece to change its orientation. We want the yellow down there, the orange up there, and the green over there. And the way to do that is we just keep doing that same algorithm over and over until it's correct. Let me do that now. There we go, that's the first corner correct. We have yellow, green, and orange, all correct. Now we do exactly the same thing for the other three corners. We've got to find the one that goes into this spot that's yellow, orange, and blue. So where's yellow, orange, and blue? This is usually much easier when you're holding it in your hand. Yellow, orange, and blue, where's that? Oh, there it is, right there. So now actually to get it out of this place, we need to get it from there over to there. Actually, we need to get it from there up to there. But you can remember the algorithm, all it does is swap that piece and that piece. So we'll run the algorithm on this corner right here and get it up into the correct spot. So we go like that, and we go, oops, like that. This is kind of tricky. I have to remember which one is which, and I don't want to screw it up. Okay, so that should have gotten it. Did I screw it up? No. We need orange, yellow, and blue. Where's orange, yellow, and blue gone? Doesn't matter too much. Oh yeah, it's right there. Okay. Orange, yellow, and blue. So we need to get this one down to here by doing that algorithm. And then we do the other four corners in exactly the same way. So why don't I do that now, and we'll come back once that's done. There we go, we've got the whole bottom section completely done now. The bottom row matches the centerpiece in each side as well, so we're making some good progress. The next step is these pieces in the middle row. And the way we do that is with another algorithm, which I'm about to show you. The easiest way to do it is, let me see if I can find a piece that is in a good spot. Not really. So basically what we want to do is we want to make sure that we find the piece. Well, actually, here's an interesting one. This one is in the correct position, but it's in the wrong orientation. We want blue and orange that way around instead of the way it is now. But let me just actually find, okay, let me get this one. This is the red piece. We need to move it over to there. So let me just move that around twice. There, so we have this red piece and the green side is there. We actually need the green side to be here. So we kind of need this whole piece to rotate 90 degrees that way without rotating any of the other pieces, of course. So the way we do that is, how am I going to show you this? It's kind of complicated. Let me show you in the replay mod, and I'll talk over the replay mod this time. Okay, so what you got to do is you rotate the piece away from the side that you want it to go to, like that. Then on the right side, you do our regular algorithm, just like this. There, and then you do, on the left side, you do essentially the mirror image of it. So you go backwards, then you go anti-clockwise, then you go forwards, then you go clockwise. Okay, so we got that piece in place. Now, I hope that made sense. It's kind of, this is probably the trickiest part of the solution, I think. It's the one that I tend to screw up the most, and you kind of have to start again when that happens. But yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to do these other 3 sides, and hopefully that will make it make a little bit more sense for you once we get those done too. Actually, this is interesting. That piece is already that's already in the right spot, but the wrong orientation. This one is in the wrong spot and the wrong orientation, but it's on the side. It's usually easier when you have, like this here, where it's it's on the top half, because you could just rotate it around to be in the right spot. This one, actually, we're going to do the reverse of the one we just did. So instead of rotating it around that way, we're going to rotate it around that way, away from the side where you want it to end up. And then we do the mirror image one first, and then we do the regular algorithm next. So I'll do that, and then I'll do the other ones as well. Actually, that's good, because moving this piece down here, we'll move that one out, and then we'll be able to go around and just follow the pieces like that. So let's do that, and we'll be back once we've done the first 2 layers. And I screwed it up. This is what happens when you screw it up. You get pieces where they're not supposed to be. And the easiest way I find to fix it when you screw it up like this is to just completely start from scratch. So that's what I'm going to have to do, and I will be back. Actually, maybe this is not too hard to fix. There is wrong. No. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have to start again from scratch, I think, because I screwed it up pretty bad. Okay, I've mostly got us back to where we were. I have the bottom row done. I haven't got that, wait, which one was it? This piece done again. So I'm going to do all 4 of these corners at once. And I'm not going to screw it up this time. Okay, I thought I'd made a mistake there for a second with that orange and green one, and well, I had, but it was an easily fixable one. But this one, you might be a little bit confused. It's in the right spot, but it's the wrong orientation. So what do we do about that? Well, it's actually pretty easy. We just basically we put this piece down to there, which would put that piece up to there, and then we reorient it, and then we put it back in again. So let's do that real quick. It's not that difficult. And there we have the bottom two layers completely done. Green, red, orange, and blue. The next step is the top section. What we need here is we need for what we want to start off with is to get a plus of the white pieces in position. So white, 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 white. And initially we don't care about matching these two up. We just want it in the plus formation. And the way we do that is by essentially rotating one of the faces, it doesn't matter which one, clockwise, then running our algorithm over and over until we get the pieces in the positions that we want. So we'd have a white piece there, 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 and because this one is rotated, it would be there, and then we rotate it back, and everything down the bottom will be correct, but we'll have a plus of white in the top. So maybe it'll be easier if I just do it and you'll see. So let's do that. Okay, so you may have noticed I swapped sides there halfway through, and that's because of a little trick that I learnt. Basically, if you have this piece and this piece in position, then if you're facing this direction and you do our algorithm, then it takes 2 moves of the algorithm to finish it. So it's just a way to get it done just a little bit quicker. So now we've got the plus, and we also got a couple of other pieces, but that's okay. The plus is the important thing, this piece and this piece. Now we need to try and get the pieces in the right, like get these pieces matched up. So I don't think we have it yet. Sometimes you're lucky and there's nothing to do. So one more. That'll give us the red piece correct. The blue piece is correct. Oh, actually that is correct. Okay, so we're lucky that time. There is another algorithm to do if it's not correct. I'm not going to go through it. I have linked down, oh, there's a, okay. I have linked down the bottom a YouTube video that goes through all of the algorithms that I use, but since I don't need to do this one, I'm going to skip it. This is a lot harder than I was expecting it to be. But basically now, the next step, now that we have the pluses and everything is lined up on this corner, we need to get these corner pieces in the correct position, not necessarily the correct orientation. So this one's the correct position, but the orientation is wrong. So it's orange, green, white, and we got white, orange, green. So that's the right position, but the wrong orientation. This one is the wrong position. So it's orange, blue, white, and we need to have pink, green, and white. This one is wrong, and this one is also wrong. So this is the only correct one. Now when you do this next algorithm, starting with the correct one in the, like this bottom left corner, it'll make it go a lot quicker. So this is what I'm going to do. And this algorithm goes like, it's not quite any that we've seen before, so I'm just going to go through it and show you how to do it. Alright, I was actually quite lucky there. I only had to do the algorithm once to get all of the pieces in the correct spot. So now we have all of these corners in the right position, just with the wrong orientation. Sometimes you have to run that algorithm 2-3 times before you get everything correct, but yeah, this time I was quite lucky. I only had to do it once. Now, if I was doing this in real life, what I would do is I would flip the cube over and run our regular algorithm on each corner, and then you turn this one spot clockwise each time you get the corner correct. Unfortunately, I can't flip it upside down because it's Minecraft, so I'm going to have to flip it upside down in my head and somehow do the same thing. Basically, I run the algorithm upside down, and then each time I get one corner correct, I rotate this around by 90 degrees clockwise, and then I do each corner like that, getting until they get in the correct orientation, and then that's basically how you solve it. So let me do that. This might take a couple of attempts. Well, there you go. It's all completely solved. Every side is correct and all solved. No need for playing my time lapses backwards, thank you very much. We did this the hard way. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I'd like to thank Mumbo for making this in the first place. Anybody can solve a Rubik's Cube, but building a Rubik's Cube is something else entirely. So, thank you very much for this challenge, Mumbo. I really enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you next time. Bye!